So we have a problem here, a mixture problem, okay? And we have four answers. Let's read this problem really slow. A pharmacist wished to mix a solution that is 7% minoxidil. She has on hand 70 milliliters of a 6% solution and wishes to add some 9% solution to obtain the desired 7% solution. How much of the 9% solution should she add? We have four choices here to pick from. Let's start off with 70 milliliters of a 6% solution. Okay? So we want 6% of the what? Of the 70 milliliters. Okay? 6% of the 70 milliliters. And then we're going to add in some 9%. Okay? Some 9% solution. 9% of what? Well, that's what we're looking for. How much of the 9% solution should she add? So this will be 9% of the unknown, the x, because that's what it says. How much of the 9% solution should she add? And then we're going to get what? 7% of what? Well, we start off adding in the what? First of all, you have on hand how much? And then you add in how much? You're going to add, you don't know how much. That's the unknown. We're adding 9%. We want to know how much of it do I add. So I start off with a 70, and then I add in the x, okay, the unknown. All right? So if you can write this, that's the hardest part of doing this problem, is reading these words and writing the equation. Okay, what is 6%? It's 0.06 times the 70. And you're going to add 9%, which is 0.09 times what? Okay, that's going to equal 0.07 times that parentheses there. Okay, and then I don't like the 06 and the 09 and the 07, so I'm going to multiply everything through by 100. 0.06 times 100 is 6, so I have 6 times 70. 0.09 times 100 is 9, so I have 9 times what? Okay, equals 7 times the parentheses. So essentially all I did is move the decimal over two places here, here, and here. So now I got 6 times 70 is 420. Bring down the 9x. 7 times 70 is 490 plus 7 times x. We're distributing the 7 onto the 70. There's your 490. We're distributing the 7 onto the x and writing 7x. So this is a much simpler equation than the one I started with, all right? Anyway, let's copy it up here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the smaller of the two x's. Of 7x and 9x, 7x is the smallest. I'm going to get rid of him by subtracting 7x from both sides. So bring down the 420. 9x minus 7x is 2x. This equals, bring down the 490, and of course these cancel to give you 0 over here, don't they? Okay. Now I've got 420 plus 2x equals 490. I want to get rid of the number next to the x. What number is right next to the x? The number next to the x is the 2, all right? Now, that's called the coefficient of the variable. And you only get rid of that, of the 2, you only get rid of the coefficient when you have two terms. Right now I have 1, 2, 3 terms. So I can't get rid of the 2. So what other number is close to the x? Well, this is like a giant divider here. This equals as a giant divider. Okay, so it's, you can't say that 490 is next to the x because there's a equals between those two. So the number besides the coefficient, the number that's next to the x is this one. So we're going to get rid of him now. So subtract 420 from both sides. You have 2x equals 90 minus 20 is 70. Okay? Now how many terms do you have? One term and another term. So there are two terms. That's when you get rid of the coefficient of the variable. Okay? What is the variable? We're pointing at the variable x. The coefficient is the number in front of the x. When you have two terms, count them. 1, 2. When you have two terms, you get rid of the coefficient by dividing by the coefficient. So we're going to divide this by 2 equals 70 divided by 2. And then we have x over here equals 70 divided by 2 is 35. So of my four choices, I pick A.